Well, there it is, people. The war may not have reached everybody's yard yet, but it certainly has reached mine. The city was here today. City worker lady and her little retired FBI friend. As expected, they didn't like anything. They told me to butcher my quail, get down to 4 chickens. She didn't like my chicken coop. She said I wouldn't live in it. Mom and I are like, well, yeah, you're not a chicken either, are you? And she bragged about her degree in chickenology or something. I don't know. Apparently there's neighbors that hear our chickens. They can hear that there's more than 4. So I gotta get it down to 4 chickens. And can't be there. I gotta move the whole coop. The whole coop has to move 20-25 feet, something like that, from the neighbor's border, the border of our neighbor, or whatever, dwelling, 25 feet from any other dwelling place. Putting it somewhere in the middle of my yard. I told her, I said, the only place really that I can put another chicken coop is back here. And I have to measure it out. Hopefully I can be far enough from the neighbor back there. I had plans back here, but I know this pile of trash in the video now for sure, but they've already seen it, so I get rid of it a little bit at a time. I work on everything a little bit at a time. It's not fast enough for them. The only other thing I can think of is putting the chicken coop right here, as long as it reaches the distance away from there. But I told her, I said, the problem with that is this is the fox zone. This is where the fox gets to. The fox makes it back here all the time, giving less security for whatever 4 chickens I keep, putting their lives in danger. Not to mention trying to figure out how in the world to build another chicken coop. I don't know money. And they talked about the Sisters of something or another. That must be a Catholic organization. I don't know. To come and help. Get rid of some stuff for us. Do what they can, I guess. See what they can do for us. I don't know. Really, it's all just a bunch of nonsense, really, isn't it? I said, look, I'm willing to do stuff. I get it. I said, I've talked with God, and I'll take whatever pain it is that I got to go through to get everything right. But I said, we ain't going to starve. I don't want my family to starve. And I don't want my parents to lose their home. They act like they care. They're so concerned and worried for us. They want to help us. They're doing all this because they want to help us. They're doing this because they want to help. So she went all up and through the yard here. Told her, I said, I know what everything is in this yard. I said, at least, well, I said 98, 99% of everything in this yard. And I grabbed some leaves. They were violet leaves, and they ate them. She said, well, I could do that. She said, well, she looked in the trash pile and she points at this other plant. So what about that? And I said, well, no, I'm not going to eat that. I can, but I have to boil it 2 or 3 times as pokeweed. Well, I live in a nightmare. My faith is in the Lord and whatever He does. It is. I know He's got everything, and whether this is temptations and trials or training. If I'm learning to be resilient for the nightmare that's coming, you know, depression hits, famine strikes, riots rage, World War III takes place. They try to put the country back together again. And they bring a Gestapo around to round up anybody who isn't participating, who doesn't want the vaccine, who doesn't want their digital identification. Is that in my training? Am I training for that? I'll tell you right now, though, people, you got to be ready for that. I don't know how much is going to be destroyed back here. And I've done my best to just let things go. You kind of have to. You know? God tries to show us that just sometimes it is in His control. We do the best we can to prep and prepare. I said, she told me the last day she said that she told me to butcher my quail. I said, you know, I've done it before, but I don't really like it. It's not what they were intended for. The quail are old. I told her that they're old. They don't even have that much longer to live. Granted, there is 1 or 2 of them younger than the boys. That new boy, he's young, but most of them are old. They won't live much longer. How depressing. Well, just gotta hold on. Keep holding on until our Savior comes. One day Jesus will come back, save us from this. Look at Ross, though. They looked at him. They didn't say the whole lot up front. They want me to clean up his pen. What are they expecting him to chew on if I take everything away in there? Then he'll chew on the trees. Chew on himself or something. He's a puppy, bored. What kind of money do these people think? I don't even think about it. They don't even think about it. I ain't no money. ain't no running yet anyway. When the time comes to run, there won't be none of this anyway. Leaving it all behind. Who knows how long or how soon anything will be. A few days ago, I had a weird dream about meeting someone. Okay, that phone decided to kick me off there. I was starting to talk about a dream I had a few days back, 2 or 3 days ago. Kind of odd, really. I was trying to find some lady. Found her in this place that looked like a community center or a house of some kind, a big house, I don't know. These different people were living in it. I was trying to figure what was going on. Seemed like this secret underground group. And she takes me. Wasn't that she had a mask on, but there was something on her face, and it looked like this something. I'm not sure I understand. But we related. We were talking about the government and things coming against us and stuff we do. She took me and showed me these panels in the floor. She lifted them up, and underneath them where she had hidden her chickens and ducks and all these different kinds of animals and things that she had hidden. And I remember walking around. It was kind of like something that was an underground thing that was hidden in plain sight. I did run into one other person I know, but I won't mention that name. But and just quickly talking to him, I was like, "How do you know this? How do you know? What are you doing here?" Wasn't like he was necessarily a part of it, but he was there and knew the person. But you know, I've had dreams like this. Years and years now. Even going back 10, 11, 12 years ago. I had one dream where I was running through these woods with these this boy and this girl and one other lady. And well, I say boy and girl. Let's say this girl and this guy, 20, they were in their 20s to 30s, and then this other lady was probably in her 30s. Was running them through, well, see what it was you had, they represented some people in my past I won't mention, but one went in the military, and she was a good Christian lady, but very kind of a little judgmental and whatnot, but and then there was the other lady that was with us she was a Jewish lady. I think she had just was deciding to believe in Yeshua. But I was leading them through these woods, and it was a dangerous, like a really risky. Roscoe. I really, I'm not gonna be able to record this with him barking really loud. It'll make it really hard to hear. And so it was this real dangerous area, like sneaking all, you know, Rambo-like through the woods with these people. And finally come to this area. Has this, it was like a kind of hidden, but it was a ramp thing that went down and went through this gate. Went into an area we were calling a safe zone. And the other two were a brother and a sister. And so they went on down with the little Jewish lady. She's like, I gotta go back out. I gotta go back out with you guys. I gotta go back and help you. See, the whole idea was to going in and out of the cities to get people and bring them back out to these safe zones. Whether they were protected by God or what they were. But the idea was to get out to these places and wait for the Lord's return. She was all gung-ho to help get back out and find more people. And that's the main thing about the dream. But I've known a lot of things in my life about this. You know, what's going to happen. But that kind of thing's going to happen. There's a prophetic reason why our coffee house changed from, Yahweh House to Yahweh to Yahweh Underground eventually. You're not going to find the real church in a building soon. It's not going to be found there. It's going to be in the streets. House churches. Once this chaos takes place and everything tries to restructure into this great reset, new world system, there's going to be people that aren't liked. There are going to be people that are going to be identified as domestic terrorists, Christians and things that believe in the Bible wholeheartedly. I believe the Bible is true. I believe, I am against, this abomination or that abomination. And I'm, it doesn't matter if you're trying to work in love and love people. It's what you believe, and if you are a true believer, this is what they're going to come after us. They'll shut us down. And those who got it easy right now, then I'm happy for you. I don't have it easy. Whether it's training, like I said, or whatever, but my job is to ride the wind out until Christ returns and do what I can to help people. Then that's what I'll do. I'll do my job. And my life's been training and preparation for such a thing. A person designed, developed, and engineered, and created, and sent it into this world for such a time as this. And I'm not alone. I'm talking to some of you. Right? We've all got a place and a part to play. I wanted to be able to at least have something to ride the storm with. It reminds me of when I lived in California and I'd go surfing. I never had a surfboard. There's a guy from Australia and another guy, he was not Long Island, Huntington Beach, I think. I forget where he's from. And then my friend Chemo, which was from Hawaii. We'd go out and stuff. And of course, Chemo's the one that showed me how to body surf because I didn't have a surfboard. Wasn't all that good at getting up on a surfboard anyway. So sometimes riding the wave, you just got to ride it however you can ride it with whatever you got. You do all you can to prepare, learn what all you can. Learn to swim, learn to train, learn how to get on a board if you have a board. If you don't, you lose the board while you're rolling, and learn how to roll in the thing, coming out the other side, coming up to the shore eventually. But just because you know you may lose your surfboard don't mean you don't try to obtain one and try to learn how to use it. Anyway. I don't know. Who knows where we're going. the economy is obviously taking steps closer to collapse, so not much longer there. Food's getting worse. Number one pig farm in America closed down. Farmer John, in California anyway. You know, we pick up the food from Hy-Vee, and it's been getting a lot more moldy stuff lately. So my mom goes back and says, we can't just hand this out to people molded like this. And of course the one lady's like, let me see, it ain't molded. What do you mean? My mom's like, you really want me to pull this out in the middle of the store right here like this right now, all molded? Then the manager lady comes over and says, okay, yeah, no, don't do that. Told us nobody else was picking up the food. And some of it's just been sitting there all week. I'm sure I buy that either, but I think the real truth is the reason we went from 6 carts of donation breads and goodies and desserts down to 2 carts is because they have less. They're trying to make it go longer, keep it out on the shelves to hide the fact that there are shortages of things, and it's, you know, it's, and then by them holding on to it longer, trying to refurbish it and stuff, and by the time they're giving it to us, it's molded. You see traces of other things in other places. If anybody wants to just look around, you can see that the food thing is struggling. So we're almost there with that. We're almost there with the war. They're screwing with this weather. I mean, look at that sky. It's just gray. Just gray. The weather apps never know what the weather's going to be. I'll look up there, it says it's not going to rain. I'll look up there, next thing you know, I see a tic-tac-toe gone wild up in the sky. And all of a sudden I look at my weather apps and it's going to storm. Strange timings and coincidences. Yes, indeed. Lots of strange coincidences. I'm laughing when I say coincidences on purpose. I'm believing on coincidences. Things maybe seem odd on how they happen, but there's reasons for it all. Well, exciting. I don't know what else to say. I'm just writing. I'm doing much thinking right now. Experience like that is just really troubling. Now they're going to get all up in here, and who knows when they'll stop. Guess I knew that in the first place. Sure do wish I lived in the country by now. I know there's ways to make everything work, and so people believe. But also at the same time, some of us are meant to be where we are. And if you leave it up to God and you put it all in His hands, it may be where He wants you to be, to fulfill whatever destiny it is. Revelation says some will go into captivity. Those who will go in captivity will go into captivity. Those who are to die by the gun will die by the sword. Will die by the sword or die by the sword. You know. And those who will endure to the end will endure to the end. It's just how it's meant to be. I mean, God's got people everywhere, and He wants to help them all. if everybody ran out into the country, and I know he does say at a certain point for everyone to flee. Yeah. Come out from among her. But what does that mean? Is that more literal? Or is that just everybody come out from the cities? Yeah, I don't think cities are good. That's where they're going to build up all these apartment buildings and everything. They're going to try and force everybody into the cities. This is what matches my dream of when it comes to time to try and help people get out of the city and get into the country. Be a time of that. Who knows how long it'll all be. I mean, we're talking about a whole tribulation of 7 years, so it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then that's where we'll be at. And it'll be all over. It's gonna be hard. Be ready to die. Be ready to starve. Be ready to fight. Be ready to save. Be ready to stand. Be ready to command the weather. Maybe you're that person that needs to do that. Be ready to be gone into captivity and have your head chopped off. Be brave enough to bring fire down. If that's what your job is. If the Holy Spirit leads you to do it, do it. Heck, I'm not even saying don't try it. Just try it. When the time comes and you're looking at you're standing there in the chopping blocks, go ahead and try it. Why not? Stand in your ground. Stand in faith. Go out with pride. I mean, go out when I'm like prideful, but go out strong, standing firm, meek, brave, courageous, righteous. Go down swinging, whatever. Go down pushing pillars over. Everyone will have a different path. Go quietly, glowing like Stephen. I don't know what God's going to have you do, but here we are. And it's right around the corner, folks. Prep, prepare, be ready. But be ready for all of it. Just don't think that you're going to stock up and ride out in an ark. Try it. Don't think that you're going to load up with guns and go down swinging and fighting. That may not go as well as you like either. Don't sit there thinking everything's just going to shine bright and fix everything. Have faith, be positive. Chuckle, smile, whatever it is. Keep pushing forward. Stand for what's righteous and what's right. I'm going to have to make those decisions to figure out what that is going on here. I mean, I know that having more than 4 chickens is breaking the rules, so I can't really stand righteous on that, but I can argue against the fact that it's as stupid it is. But I can definitely stand on what I'm growing here in this yard. I can't stand on the fact that the dog, I don't know what they're going to make me do to poor Roscoe. I ain't gonna put no microchips in him. I can tell you that right now. I will stand my ground on that. I ain't getting no microchips. There ain't no crossbreeding with technology going on around here. Ain't no contaminations with medications either going on over here. I don't know. Probably sat here rambling, whatever, long enough. Just sucks! Woohoo! That's what I did to them on their way out when they were leaving. I said, woohoo! Yeah! Good times. Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? And that was great. That was a good time. Wasn't that fabulous? Just fabulous. That's what they thought of me by doing that. I know the guy was already scared and he was shaking and stuff the whole time. And I guess, yeah, they were right to. He probably should be, especially if they know who I am. I think they know our family. They should. We've lived in Raytown for 60, 70 years, so I wasn't gonna hurt nobody. You're gonna have to push and try to hurt us a lot more than that before you get me to react. Oh well. He did say he took this job because he likes the thrill of the hunt. I did chuckle inside thinking, well, I should have told him. I said, well, I get, if you want to, we can go run off over here into the woods and see how much the thrill of the hunt is over there. See if you can hunt me down. Or will you be hunted? I can be crazy. I can be crazy. I just try not to be. I try to just be a loving, polite person. The world does not like goodness, and it will beat you and beat you and beat you down. Stand your ground. Check you later.